Hello everybody and welcome to another Nephilim Builds. Today we're going to be celebrating reaching 200 subscribers by making my other favorite legendary hero, the Monkey King himself, Sun Wukong. Like with Kukulin, we're going to be taking this build to level 20, and as always keep in mind that these videos are about capturing the spirit of the character rather than capturing their abilities perfectly. With that said, let's start with the ability scores. We're going to start off with the 15 in Constitution. He's literally 5 different kinds of immortal, he's very hard to kill. Up next is the 14 in Strength. That staff is redonkulously heavy. After that is the 13 in Charisma. Every god and demon knows who he is and most are scared of him. Next we'll put the 12 into Dexterity. He is a monkey after all. We'll put the 10 into Intelligence since we don't really need it, and we'll dump Wisdom. Did someone say Impulsive? Moving on to race, there is sadly no official race of monkey men in 5e, or even D&D as a whole as far as I found. Get on that, wizards. That said, if Tulok can use Bugbear for Donkey Kong, then I can use it for Sun Wukong. I could also just use custom lineage, but I've been holding on to this joke for months. I'm committing. As a Bugbear, we'll put our increases to Strength and Constitution. We have Dark Vision of 60 feet, Long-Limbed, Powerful Build, Surprise Attack, and Proficiency in Stealth. We'll speak Common and use Tasha's rules to trade Goblin for Celestial. For background, I would love to give him the Sage background, but he's not quite the same kind of Sage. So instead we'll make a custom background, taking Intimidation and Sleight of Hand for skills, and taking Infernal and Abyssal for languages. Now it's time for class, and we need to have a bit of a talk. On paper, making a magic kung fu monkey that can shapeshift and duplicate itself is pretty easy. It's just a 3-way multiclass of Monk, Druid, and Trickery Cleric. Here's the problem. We're not making just any old magic kung fu monkey. We're making Sun Wukong, and those classes require wisdom. So what we're going to do is take fighter instead of monk. And I know what you're thinking, but my martial arts. Just because we're not going to have the martial arts feature doesn't mean that we can't still flavor our attacks as being martial arts. You don't have to be a samurai to be a samurai, and you don't have to have martial arts to be a martial artist. Anywho, as a fighter, we have proficiency in Strength and Constitution saving throws, and we'll pick Athletics and Acrobatics for our skill proficiencies. We'll also be proficient in all weapons, armor, and shields. At level 1 we get Second Wind and our fighting style, which will take Great Weapon Fighting, and at level 2 we get Action Surge. At level 3 we get our Martial Archetype, and we'll be taking Echo Knight, getting Manifest Echo and Unleash Incarnation. That's one duplicate. At level 4 we get an ability score improvement, which we'll put into Strength, and then at level 5 we get Extra Attack. At level 6 we get another ability score improvement, which we'll put into Constitution, and at level 7 we'll get Echo Avatar. At level 8 is another ability score improvement, which we'll use to cap off our Strength, and at level 9 we get Indomitable. At level 10 we get Shadow Martyr, at level 11 we get another Extra Attack, and at level 12 we get yet another ability score improvement, which we'll use to cap our Constitution. We're now going to multi-class to Bard, because Sun Wukong is just as much of a trickster as he is a badass. For multi-classing, we'll take Insight to recognize demon shenanigans and pick the drum for our instrument. At level 1 we get Bardic Inspiration, and at level 2 we get Jack of all Trades and Song of Rest. At level 3 we get our Bard College, and we're going to pick Lore because Sun seems to know everyone, or rather everyone knows him. We'll get Cutting Words to insult people and 3 skills of our choice. We'll take Deception, Perception, and Persuasion. He's a real skill monkey, ain't he? We also get Expertise, which we'll put into Intimidation and Persuasion. Sun has a way of getting gods to do what he wants. Stealth, Acrobatics, and Athletics are also acceptable choices. At level 4 we get another ability score improvement, which we'll put into Charisma for slightly better spells, though Dexterity for higher AC is also acceptable. At level 5 we get Font of Inspiration, at level 6 we get Counter Charm and additional magical secrets, and finally at level 8 we get one last ability score increase, which we'll use to take the Tough feat. Now that we're at level 20, we finally have our modifiers. Time to talk spells. As a Bard, our spellcasting ability is Charisma, our spell save DC is 16, and our spell attack modifier is +8. We have 3 cantrips to choose from, one of which has to be Vicious Mockery. We'll take Prestidigitation and Blade Ward for our other 2. As a level 8 Bard, we have 4 first level slots, 2 second and third level slots, 2 fourth level slots, and 11 spells to choose from. Let's start by getting all of our duplicates. We'll obviously need Mirror Image, and we'll take Phantasmal Force to make some illusory monkeys that can actually do damage. Technically, Phantasmal Killer specifically conjures an image of a target's greatest fear, but in a world where Sun Wukong exists, Sun Wukong is the greatest fear. For other abilities, we'll take Enlarge Reduce to shrink and grow our staff, Enhance Ability for some extra lifting power, and Disguise Self to disguise ourselves. We'll take Hold Person because he can do that, and Knock because he can do that. We'll also take Warding Wind because that's the most wind control we're gonna get. We'll take Freedom of Movement to slip out of traps, and lastly Polymorph to turn into animals. The giant ape is also the closest we're going to get to its kaiju form, but you're better off using this for stealth. For our 2 magical secrets, we'll take Detect Evil and Good to spot demons in hiding, and Magic Circle because we'll never be high enough for Wall of Force. Going back to the main sheet, we obviously have Sun Wukong's weapon, the Magic Golden Clasped Rod. Unfortunately, all the awesome powerful staffs in D&D 5e are meant for casting, not smacking, so the best we can do is a +3 quarterstaff. Seriously, Wizards, just give us a whole book of different magical weapons. Next we have the Golden Chainmail, which is usually depicted as a shirt of chainmail rather than a full set of chainmail. Since it's special though, I'll go ahead and make it at least a +1 chain shirt for an AC of 15. We'll also have a drum for spells. The last thing we'll have is the Cloud Stepping Boots, which will let him ride on clouds. The closest we'll get to that are Winged Boots. Our movement speed will be 30, and our average HP is 256 with 12d10 and 8d8 hit dice. Damn, we're practically a barbarian. And with that, we are done. Back with my old Cucullin video, someone asked if I'd considered giving epic boons. I'm choosing not to, but if you'd prefer to, then the boon of Ember Soul is a good choice for fire immunity. Thank you everybody so much for watching. Let me know what you thought of this video down in the comments. We're not done celebrating 200 subs though, so I'll see you all next week when I fix some mistakes.